Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Snehal Kohare. I am gynecologist, fertility specialist, life coach, and NLP expert, and one of the mentor in Good Vibes Within community. And today we are having interesting session. That is our first episode of live podcast by Good Vibes Within, and we have wonderful guest with us. I'm going to introduce her shortly, but definitely I would take 2 minutes time to talk about this session. So this is going to be live session on Facebook, and definitely we will going to have of recording the recording of this session on YouTube for whoever cannot see it right now. And so this is some new initiative by Good Vibes Within community, and the name of the podcast is Good Vibes Only. And here we are going to discuss so many interesting things. So it is not just about, just stories, it is about real journeys that will ignite the change. And these are the stories of people, they will create transformation in you. And this is not just a conversation, but it is the movement from our side to celebrate the courageous souls who have stepped beyond their comfort zones to create impact on this world. And here we bring you those voices which will uplift you. Their stories will heal you. Their insights will empower you. And definitely, you will feel that awakening from within. You will see how your potential is going to increase. And definitely, here we go with wonderful guest of today, and we are thrilled to welcome a woman who has beautifully blended brilliance with boldness and precision with passion. So she is our today's wonderful guest, a dentist, digital branding coach for doctors especially, and a true leader. So she is Dr. Anisa Patel Shaikh. So welcome you on this live podcast of Good Vibes Within. Thank you, Dr. Anisa, for being here with us, and thank you for agreeing to share your wonderful insights. So we welcome you. So I would like to,
Thank you
uh,
so much.
yes, yes, definitely. I mean,
Thank you so much, Dr. Dale. Thank you for having me here. It's an absolute pleasure and an honor. And love the way we met last
yes,
year,
yes,
and here we are. So yeah, it's wonderful knowing you, and I love the way the relationship has gone ahead as well.
yes,
So
yes.
thank you for having me here, and yeah, truly honored.
Yes, so we will start our session, and definitely, as you said, even I would remember, like, it's a power of social media that actually we met and we knew each other. I mean, we met through one program and incidents, but of course we got to know each other from our social medias, and that power. And I'm so thrilled that how Dr. Anisa, she creates this impact, especially on doctors. So definitely, we are going to learn so many things from her. We are going to know her story as well. So I would like to ask you, Dr. Anisa, like, you are actually pediatric dentist, kids dentist when we talk about, and like you are how, like from the kids dentist to a digital branding and marketing pioneer for doctors, which is really unique field. So what sparked this unique evolution in your journey? So what was that thing that, it was like, what was the turning point, I would say?
Okay, so I think both the things are related. So
Hmm.
I'm a dentist with a very strong passion for kid dentistry, and that's how I came to be known as the kid dentist. Okay. And
Yes.
the social media and the digital world has played a key role in that positioning. Okay. And that's where I realized the power of this whole digital branding, whatever you may call it, whether you call it the online marketing or the building a strong personal brand.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I never planned anything. I was just following my passion. I was, experimenting like how any uh, any student after passing out from their college would experiment with different things. I was also on that journey, and I was experimenting with different things. Like I would have I still remember I went on a lot of courses like cosmetic dentistry and full mouth courses and many things. And finally, after a lot of trial and error, I found that sweet spot where I could put the combination of what I was good at and what I loved doing, and what
Yeah.
I felt people enjoyed. And I felt, there was a combination of that ikigai, what you could say.
Yeah.
That was in treating these young kids. And I started sharing all that, all the little things that I would do with these kids, whether it was the conversations I would have with them, or it would be the before afters, or the way we would get the treatment done, the jokes that we would share, the kind of personalities of these the kids who would come. And I would start sharing that on the socials, and slowly I started seeing that people started taking notice, and people started associating me with that. And of course, I got myself trained. I'm still learning. The learning never stops. And of course, whenever I felt the need of a super specialist, I would involve and I would do the case. But I started doing a lot of these things, and that made me realize the power of this whole thing of niching down, and that's where this whole concept of branding comes in. That when you are, super passionate about something, when you can bring value in that, when people see the value, and when you're able to create some result with that, and when your target audience also likes that, and then somewhere you are going to be even paid for it, and that's where you like it also. And then that intersection of ikigai comes in. That's where I realized. And then somewhere around the pandemic, I realized that, okay, doctors, they want to learn this. And there would be people who would come and ask me that, you want to tell us more how to do this. And that's where I got into coaching. And then that's where people wanted someone to guide them to actually do it. And that's where I got my first consulting and done for you clients, and that's how all this happened. So that's the journey. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a wonderful journey, and as you have rightly mentioned, you beautifully blend ikigai principles. I mean that is like very inspiring that this is the field which you actually like it from your heart. People, they need it. They are ready to pay for it. I mean, what else we want? And of course, you are contributing a lot to the society because we are creating values. And I think this will definitely inspire our audience that they should be able to find. And as you rightly said that initially you tried also a lot many things, and that we have to, I mean, in this we should keep trying different options, and then whichever fits us better, then I guess I think that is a very important. And I think this is a lesson for the young generation, where while choosing their career or while choosing their path, and now as you have blended it beautifully, and I that is making us like that enthusiasm or zeal in the work. So that is very important. Definitely, I would like to discuss on another point that you are a good speaker, and you have spoken on many, platforms, that is many global stages as well, and you have up till now mentored thousands of doctors. So, what was that one moment you knew that yes, this is my mission and this is bigger than me? So that we wanted to understand.
So, when I realized that doctors, they feel that, first of all, they feel there's a lot of taboo around this whole marketing, okay,
Mhm.
that they feel
True,
that
true.
they shouldn't be out there, okay, that
Yes.
when they go in front of the camera, and when they are making, they are making an awareness video, or they are, making a reel or something, they shouldn't be out there, so that is the big taboo. But when people are even come on my, whether it's a 1 day program, whether it's a 3 day, or whether it's a year-long program, or even if when they come in these webinars, or they hear a keynote, their whole perspective changes, because they understand where I'm coming from, and what is, when we say that, you want to share and you want to add value to your patients, when you actually go out there and you're going to be sharing things what people need, you're just making yourself more accessible, more reachable, and you're giving the right information to people who need it, and you're just going to be more helpful. Okay. And if they need you, if, when, and whenever
Hmm.
there's a priority on a need, that's the time they contact you. So when
Yes.
that shift happens, when they realize that no, this is not hard selling, this is a service what I'm doing to my patients, to my community. When that shift happens, and when that shift happens in the doctor, and when I see some of my students who are, uh, they when they first came, they didn't even, they could never face the camera also, and because we make them do the lives, and it's like a task which they have to do. And today they have their own podcast channels, and they are able to do things. And
Wow.
I see them doing so many things on the online world, and they have so many followers. And when I see them doing, some of them are mentors also, I feel that yes, somewhere, I contributed a little in the journey of this person. And of course they are able to touch more lives. So basically, to be able to create more people who are able to touch more lives and to make a difference in the world, I think that's where I realize that this is bigger. And yeah, and I'm a person, I'm a complete, I work by heart. So a complete heart driven leader. So that's where I feel that's the kind of people I attract. And
Yes.
that's, I think that's how even good vibes within got attracted. So
Yes.
that's where the shift happened, and that's where I realized that yeah, this is something bigger, and this needs to be shared. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I absolutely agree because I know I have seen you in your workshops and how you actually work on the mindsets as well, and how you truly believe on this law of attractions and your energies and your actual intentions rather behind it. Because when we have that intention of creating value, definitely it will reach to our audience in a right way, and it will be able to create that big difference, and you are actually making it. And it is such a wonderful feeling that when people like your students are now able to create that value. So any mentor would be very happy to see students flourishing like this, and that's amazing work you are doing. So taking it forward, I would like to understand this point, because of course I am also in the similar field, and I have seen this in myself, that many healthcare professionals they shy away from visibility, because maybe there are certain, I guess, limiting beliefs, because this I can correlate like how I was before NLP and life coaching training and how I am after that. So but that what mindset shift do you think is crucial for doctors, to embrace this personal branding today? Because it is the need of the hour, that we understand. So, what you would, advise, what kind of shift rather?
So I feel the basic shift which needs to happen is when you say branding, people immediately start thinking of a logo or something
Mm.
like
Yes.
like painting a picture of something that you are not. Like, people think that brand bana do or make a brand out of it. It's like we're just trying to dig deeper and see what is authentically you, and we're just trying to bring that out of that person, or that corporate, whatever it is, right? So when you authentically tap into your why and what you're doing, and what values you stand for as a clinic or as a practitioner, and when you're able to authentically communicate that to the world, that's your brand, right?
Yes.
So that is when you're able to make people understand that you don't have to be someone else to do this branding, to this
True.
so-called branding. You just need to tap into what you are at a very soul level, and then that's just going to come out so well that you don't need that. Even if you are you're going on camera, you don't have to learn any lines or go on any script. You're just going to flow, because you're just going to be your authentic self. So when that authenticity comes in, I think that is where people get it. And the people who don't get it, they are the ones who are very closed off. They don't want to actually, they probably don't want to dig that deep, and they don't want to put themselves out there, because
Yes.
somewhere they are always thinking what other people are going to think of
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel these two things. One is that tapping into your authenticity, and second is to let go of what other people will think about you. If these two things, if you can actually master, then this personal branding is just an extension of you. You know, that's what I
Yes.
feel,
True.
and that's the shift
Very.
which needs to happen. Yeah.
Yes, yes, very rightly mentioned. Because that even I have experienced this shift myself. And as this is like for our audience, I would like to mention that this is not just for doctors, this is for each and every person, anyone and for everyone. Because it is nothing but, we don't want to show anything fake. It is just that real you, true you, and what you actually do, what is your core values, what is your, inner system, and then you are just portraying that, and you are also trying to create value, reach out to people, or probably educate people and help them. And if we are putting it, definitely, I mean, we don't have to do any fancy things, I guess, for it. It is just that who you are, and you express what exactly you want. So that is really very important. And I have seen, when we let go of these limiting beliefs or fears or self doubts, that what people will say, even I would like to just take 2 minutes and want to share with you, Dr. Anisa. Even I used to think, so many times while putting anything on social media, oh, will it suit my profile? What some people will say, what my patients will say. So that I used to think, and I used to just procrastinate it. Like, say, okay, let it be then. This I don't want to speak up. But now it is not. Now I know that yes, I am here to create value. I am here to create impact. Even one life gets impacted, my purpose is solved. And definitely, you're doing that amazing work so that doctors would understand it, definitely. And that mindset shift is really very important. So now we'll move on to the next question. I would like to ask you, like, so you've been mentored by so many, amazing mentors, even the global mentors, like, say, in the marketing world. So I would like to ask, like, how that has shaped your approach, and what's the biggest marketing myth that doctors, or for that matter, anyone else, need to unlearn? Because still there are hot many myths about this marketing. So how you would want to, put light on this?
I mean, the biggest thing that I learned from Seth Godin at his seminar was empathy. I mean,
Yeah.
once you get this word, that uh, if you are if you understand empathy in marketing, then you kind of got it. Because anytime, whatever touch point, whether it's a ad or whether it's a message or whether it's a mail or whether it's any piece of information, whether it's any form of marketing message, you need to put yourself in that person's shoes who is getting that message, right? And when you understand that, when you really understand the target audience at a very granular level, that's when you're not going to, you'll really empathize with that person, and then you just will get it. Okay, so I think empathy, not only towards your target audience, but to anyone, whether it's our patients, whether it's our team, whether it's our team of consultants, I think it's a very big word. And most of the times, we are so caught up in our day-to-day things that sometimes it's just at the back burner. And I feel empathy in marketing is very, very important, because then you start seeing everything from the eyes of that other person. That, say for example, that person is bombarded with 10,000 ads or 10,000 messages on a daily basis. Why would he open another hard selling email or SMS? Okay. So when you're going to speak to that person in a language which is going to touch his heart, then it's going to land. And that's where all this empathy in marketing, storytelling in marketing, and all this really, 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 I really resonate with this kind of stuff, which I learned with Seth, of course. So one thing which I feel the doctors need to understand is this part, which is empathy. And another thing is that the best marketing actually doesn't feel like marketing. The best marketing doesn't feel like marketing. And of course, at the apex of marketing is branding. So if you have branded yourself so well, then there is obviously no need for selling.
Yeah.
So That is what I learned from Seth. And of course, the journey is still on. I still feel there's a very long way to go, though I'm still a work in progress. But yeah.
Yeah. It was beautiful insight, Dr. Anisa, because marketing is absolutely not equivalent to selling because most of the people have that in mind, right? Okay, yes, I just have to sell. It is just that, you rightly mentioned empathy is such one thing that we really need to understand people with whom we are going to get connected by our profession. So unless and until we understand them well, unless and until we know like what they really want, not just a medicine for example in our profession, but they really want more than that. I mean, they want to understand, they want that doctor should understand their story. I mean, I always say that I just don't treat only uterus and ovaries and fallopian tubes. It is like whole person,
Yeah,
and
I
it
mean,
starts
I
with
still
brain.
remember when I was trying to conceive, and when we first spoke, this was the
Yeah.
first thing where we connected. I still remember, that
Yes.
because there is so much that happens with
Yeah.
a couple who's trying to conceive and then comes to an IVF specialist like you. So,
Mm.
I mean, if you're not empathetic, you can't treat that patient. It's out.
True, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's the
That
at
is
the heart of
really important, yeah.
yeah.
Because everything starts from the brain. Like, whatever these elements also, these states, they are all there. There are some things in their mind which we really need to release. We need to understand. We can't be just writing medicines and, treating them. So that is the wonderful part. And if such a kind of thing is there, definitely it is creating your own branding. And it is, I mean, it's a what I can say, best marketing ever, where, as you rightly mentioned, you really do not have to sell. So people will come to you because you are connected. Like it is like you will. It is said that in law of attraction, you will attract who you are. So when we are at that level, definitely people will come to you. So that is a wonderful insight. So yes, and then I would like to ask, because obviously you have been Amazon's bestseller author as well, and that is again a special thanks that I got a chance to contribute in your book. So I would like to ask, like, someone like you who is wearing many hats, like say author, marketer, mentor, clinician, and of course mother. So how do you stay aligned with your purpose and to avoid burnt out?
So honestly, there is no recipe, and I do have my my moments of complete overwhelm, and people who are close to me do know that.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. You get off balance, and then you realize, okay, fine, I need to take care of myself. But I think few things which I have realized over the years is that um, you need to have time blocks in your day,
Yeah.
which has really worked out really well for me. So, have time blocks where you're going to do similar tasks which are batched down. So maybe, like, I have say 3-4 hours in a day, you're just with family, and then there is everything off at that time. There's no
Yeah.
notification, nothing. Maybe you have time blocks where you're just working, in your clinical hours, and that time you're not doing anything else. So I think time blocks is something which I feel it really works out well, and also, batching things which are similar. So, for
Yeah.
example, maybe similar task. Say I have a bunch of things to do. Like maybe I have certain things like doing some groceries, going out, doing some chores. So all those things to be clubbed in a single day where I'm actually doing other things, and then maybe a day where I work on the business and not in the business. So basically, doing these things, and of course, something which is not my direct area of expertise, either I eliminate or I delegate or I just delete it. Okay, basically. So delegation and then empowering others to, make more leaders. Of course, that gives you more time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a combination of these things. And um, sometimes the only answer is putting the phone in the airplane mode and just taking it off. That's what I do. So yeah.
Yeah, because yes, doing so many things really requires that alignment. And self-care is the first. We always say that when your cup is full, then only you'll be able to, give people, and you are giving it to so many people. I have seen, I mean, that was really inspiring workshop when I was there in that panel discussion, and wonderful discussion we had with so many doctors, when discussion is like out of the subject, and especially these aspects, which is really important. And that's such a good work you are doing. And definitely with this,
Yes.
but you have given very nice tip for our audience about time blocking, time management, how to delegate or take a help and make new leaders. I mean, these were wonderful tips that we can definitely use in our day-to-day life, and we can make use of the time best, and do all the possible things that we really like doing it, multiple roles, of course. And now we are
This
coming
year,
up to.
surely I would love to see you, Doc, at the boot camp, and it's going to be a different boot camp this year. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, as you
just that.
mentioned, definitely.
Yeah.
So, coming down to almost last question, because almost it's half an hour, but yeah. So, I mean, definitely, like, as you mentioned, that you have been known as kids dentist, and you are, lighting up those little faces in your clinics, and definitely, you uplift dreams of people as you're doing this branding work with doctors. So, like, what are your favorite moments, like, which always reminds you this journey, this inspiring journey?
So I think those two clinical days, Snehal, the days I am at the clinic, I think I wouldn't trade that for anything. And it's those tiny moments, especially, when we have parents saying that, my child looks forward to coming here, or he was
Yeah.
been waiting all week for Saturday because he's going to meet you. When
Yes.
we hear these things, and sometimes these kids, they draw something or they get some cute things and all, that is something which really fulfills you. Also things like, sometimes you have kids who tell you that, I want to grow up to be like you, I want to grow up to be a dentist. So those are the moments in the day to day, the clinical days especially. That is something which probably I think I'll never be able to completely leave clinical work, no matter how much I do in this other part of my coaching and branding journey, because
Really.
that is something which is really fulfilling. In fact, I'm coming up with my second book soon, and that's going to
Wow.
be about, um, removing the fear of the dentist from the child.
Wow.
And it's going to be a children's book, so stay tuned for that.
Wow, yes, yes, definitely. We will be waiting, because your first book was also very nice. That was a very insightful for doctors, and this is a different topic only altogether. That for kids, they have actually that fear in mind, to visit dentists. And when of course, I'm sure when the doctor is like you, that kids will be waiting that to get it get checkup from a wonderful doctor like you. And yes, so those, I think, small moments will give us that encouragement, that is a fuel to work. And definitely, I mean, how much ever other things are there, you are actually putting your heart everywhere, but definitely those clinical practices and those moments are really wonderful, because you get lots of gratitude, and that is something different. It gives that satisfaction, I guess. And
Sure, you
that
must be
is,
having it almost every day when the newborn
yes.
baby comes and the couple comes with that. I
Yes,
think that's a
yes.
completely different.
Every heartbeat, I make them listen. Then they come with the babies, they send the pictures. Obviously, then that gives us, yes, this was the thing for this day. My decision was right to come here. And definitely, and because you really, I mean, have taken the steps which are totally out of your comfort zone. And I think you're showing up like from the beginning, and that is the result today we are seeing, and many more things to come up, because I know you have now this wonderful boot camp as well, which is at a very, very big level. And definitely, I would request our audience also to stay tuned. We will mention details of Dr. Anisa's page as well, to follow her, because there are so many things to learn, and we can make use of this social platform for learning, good things. And I'm really thankful to you, Dr. Anisa, because you have really, shared so many insights I mean, this is just not a basic story, but it is your journey. Like even being a doctor, what other things you can do it, how you can work on your mindset, how you can implement ikigai in your work, how even the time management skills, work-life balance, and then creating impact not only on the patients but also on the doctors, so that they will create on many people. I mean, that is the wonderful journey. And definitely we are almost at the end of our podcast, and we'll share all the details in the caption. This will be on YouTube as well. And I would like to just tell all our audience, like, what is important, as we have learned today, is your voice matters, your work matters. That Dr. Anisa has lived those moments and she has proved it. And when you dare to be seen, you give others that courage to do the same, because she has done that, and she has been there, and she had that belief in herself, and as well as she ignited that beliefs in so many other people. I mean, that is something, a actual real mentor that she's living every single day. So definitely, like this, keep showing up, keep growing, keep spreading those, good vibes within. Why? It is because everything is inside us. That's why it is good vibes within, and we just have to ignite that. We just have to align our mind, body, and soul, and everything is inside. We just have to bring it on. So definitely stay inspired, stay intentional, and definitely world needs your story too. So start impacting people and start creating stories, and definitely we'll be discussing in many more future episodes. So thank you so much, Dr. Anisa, for being here. And we'll, of course, wait for your bootcamp details and your new book. And I'll share all the details in the caption for our audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Snehal. It's been an absolute honor and a pleasure to be on your podcast, and especially on the first episode. So I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.